Welcome to the Friday Fenix, the only news show in the world, except for all the other ones. I'm your host, Andrea Bridges-Smith, and about a quarter of the country thinks my life is completely disposable. Oh yeah, we're diving right on into the abortion shit. I think you all knew that was coming. Now, some might see that quarter of the country as a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing. That means that 3/4 of the country does value my life. So why are we letting the quarter of the country that doesn't make overriding decisions about anything ever? Look, it's easy to feel like we're sliding into a restrictive theocracy, especially this week and honestly several other weeks. And I know how it feels to spread out a map and start wondering which country you should move to. But this country is way more ours than it is theirs. If anyone should get on a Mayflower and head somewhere else, it's them. Besides, Puritans love boat trips almost as much as they love buckles on their hats. So to everyone who is perfectly okay with me dying from pregnancy or childbirth, I invite you to get on a boat and sail far away and go form your own more perfect union someplace else. This one is mine, and it's ours, and you're the ones that are the outsiders. And we don't intend to let you forget it. Now that all the laws seem to be up for grabs, Greg Abbott wants to change the one that requires states to offer free public education to all children, even the undocumented. You know, one of my favorite anti-abortion arguments is, what if that kid grows up to cure cancer? Well, they can't cure cancer if they don't go to school and learn some science first, you jackass. Popeyes has decided to launch a new spicy chicken sandwich, which is great timing because if this week has been anything at all, it's fucking spicy. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think we could all use a little help with our mental health right now, can't we? For some self-care tips, we go now to our wellness expert, Jen Pacastonia.
Don't shout.
I'm just speaking with my normal voice.
I hear tones of regret in your voice.
I think I'm about to regret this interview.
The Andrea I know would never speak so harshly.
I'm pretty sure that I am the Andrea that you know.
But do I really know you?
Apparently not. So do you have any mental health tips for us?
Health is what you do, while the rest of the world is eating Arby's.
Doesn't seem like much of a tip.
Your narcissism does not permit you to see the trees for the fields.
Okay, I think I lost you there.
Are you lost? Or have you been found all along?
I think I'm going to lose the feed on this interview. Thanks for stopping by. Namaste or whatever. Rudy Giuliani made the weirdest cameo ad ever.
I'm Rudy Giuliani. If you want to have a really nice conversation, or a birthday greeting, or just talk golf, go to the link below.
Rudy, if you're trying to get us to forget about the Four Seasons total landscaping thing by doing even crazier shit instead, it's not working at all. That was my favorite day in American history. It will never stop bringing me joy. Oh. Hashtag self-care. A member of the British Parliament is resigning after being caught watching porn in the House of Commons. So wait, he did something bad and then accepted the consequences of his actions and left? British people, what is that even like? We have to vote them out with 110% supermajority, which actually, now that I think about it, might be a good thing. If our congresspeople resigned every time they did something wrong, we wouldn't have anyone left to govern. Also across the pond, the EU has come up with a plan to phase out all Russian oil by the end of the year. Meanwhile, climate change scientists were like, okay, so it is totally possible for you to rapidly change energy sources whenever you want. That is super interesting. The International Skating Union wants to raise the minimum age limit for ice skaters from 15 to 17 after Kamila Valieva's doping scandal. So I don't think the age thing was so much a problem there as the doping thing. Maybe if you had stricter penalties for doping, like banning countries from competing at all instead of just making their name sound slightly different, that might be a thing to look into. It feels like we're okay on the age part. And now let's fire up the boosters and do a little space news. Astronomers are planning to send messages out into space to signal aliens. Great, so now if an alien impregnates me, I gotta let that thing burst out of my guts too? 2 female mannequins are being sent to the moon to measure radiation risk for female astronauts. A third male mannequin will also join them. Swedish designer Fredrik Robertson, straight from the Met Gala. Space-tastic! Canadian astronauts are no longer allowed to do space murders after a new amendment passed. Is this a thing we were worried about? Canadians are the most polite people on Earth. Even if they did murder you, it'd probably be so gentle. Oops, sorry, just gonna go ahead and do a quick little stab there and be on my way. Scientists have discovered that the moon has been siphoning off water from Earth for billions of years. Why, that sneaky little bitch! Thought you'd get yourself a little 5-crater discount, eh? Well, we need that water to make beer, so I'm coming up there to get it back. Somebody call Jeff Bezos and tell him to fire up that dick rocket. Back here on Earth, researchers have concluded that the ideal amount of sleep is 7 hours a night. While I'm sure the studies are scientifically proven, my cat insists that sleep is only for him, and any human attempting to sleep must be immediately sneak attacked. Fluffy little bastard. Tropicana has invented a cereal designed to be eaten with orange juice instead of milk. A spokesperson said that the cereal was, quote, not for everyone, which is a bold advertising strategy. Try this thing. You might hate it. We don't know. And finally tonight, a Japanese man is no longer able to communicate with the female hologram he married. It's bad news because it sounds like he can't really communicate with regular females either. That wraps up this week's episode of the Friday Fenix. Join us next week because there's always more news to peruse.
Yeah.